Photography's always given me an opportunity to it's like a passport. It's like a permission slip.
I'm really excited to share the exhibition, The Fires, Hoboken, 1978 to 1982, which is on display here at Centro on 119th Street at the Silverman Building. In the 1970s and 1980s, Hoboken had the largest Puerto Rican population per capita in the United States. Over 500 fires that happened between the 1970s and the early 1990s were a fact of my growing up.
So the project began, I would say, in January of 2021. For the first 2 years, I was working independently with families to record their oral histories and to do collaborative portrait sessions with them. Now that I'm in my third year, the project has expanded, and I've begun working with institutions such as Centro.
I knew right away from the work that Chris was doing that was not only bringing together the archival materials, but also talking to the surviving family members, as well as kind of creating new portraits in the wake of this history. I knew that was gonna be super important.
With this project, I'm working much more collaboratively. That's really exciting for my practice, in which to make a single photograph could take up to a year, has taken up to a year to be realized. And that photograph, that portrait, is this almost the high point, the high watermark, or the culmination of all of that time and all of that conversation and all of that relating and all of that knowing. Really being in community is how the work is realized.
What was this history? Why is it so undertold? Why is the history of gentrification in Hoboken so fraught? What makes this similar and also different to the much more well-known arson for profit fires in the Bronx?
When I'm researching historical figures or historical events, what I often find is that in the end of my research, I have just more questions than answers. And sort of my practice is very much about sort of filling in those gaps.